Today we're going to talk about a topic that gets thrown around a lot in the industry, but in my experience, very few clients really fully understand or fully appreciate: rebalancing. At Brandywine Oak, we like to say the stock market takes the stairs on the way up, but takes the elevator on the way down. So slow and steady on the way up, but then suddenly comes down without notice. As a reminder, whatever the catalyst is that's driving the market down is always going to be different. But what's not different is human behavior, and the way human beings respond to crisis has not changed in all of history. When a crisis happens, amateur investors do what? They sell and run for the hills. They sell out of the market and they go to the sidelines and they wait for things to get better, whatever that even means. What happens in real life, though, in our experience? They wait and watch the market rise and buy in at higher prices later, locking in permanent underperformance. What do good investors do? They hold. They do not sell their investments. They know better, or they work with a financial professional who educates them that panic selling is one of the worst things you can possibly do. What do great investors do? Great investors rebalance into the pain. They basically sell the winners of their portfolio and buy the losers. Or in English, what they're doing is they're selling off some of the bond part of their portfolio and buying more of the stock side of their portfolio. As Nathan Rothschild famously said, when there's blood in the streets, you want to be buying. In our view, you want to be buying with both hands when there's blood in the streets. Let's not forget, you're accumulating units in the stock market. If those units are marked down to a discount, if they're marked down, you can buy more units at a discount. That's when you create your long-term wealth. It never feels like it in the moment. That's really when you create your long-term wealth, because every single downturn in all of history has been followed by a double-digit recovery. If you're buying into the crisis, you're more exposed to the recovery when it happens. It makes logical sense. This allows you to pull ahead of the crowd, pull ahead of your neighbors. Let's put this in context. An example from Peter Mallouk's new book, Money Simplified. I would encourage anyone watching this video to check out this book. It's filled with pictures, graphics, and it's written in plain English. If you started with a $5 million portfolio on January 1st, 2020, and it was invested in 75% stocks and 25% bonds, when the market crashed during COVID, it fell 31%, bottoming out on March 23rd, your portfolio mix was no longer 75-25, it was now 67-33 stocks to bonds. And your $5 million dropped to $3.84 million temporarily. The market then recovered, of course, like it always does. And your $5 million portfolio grew back to $5.2 million by mid-August of 2020. However, if you would have rebalanced in late March, meaning going back to your target allocation of 75-25, you bought more units on the stock side of your portfolio at a substantial discount. And when the market recovered, your portfolio grew not back to 5.2 million, but back to 5.32 million. You ended up with an extra 120 grand more in your portfolio, not by timing the market, but by simply taking advantage of price or taking advantage of a crisis. At Brandywine Oak, we believe in viewing a crisis as an opportunist rather than a victim. We rebalanced across our firm on March 20th, 2020, and for many clients of our firm, most of this was done inside their Roth IRA, capturing the market recovery and rebound back to all-time highs tax-free inside their Roth IRA.